Pavin first. It was some very difficult decisions. We sent out Pavin, we sent out Emmanuel Rivera today, and those are good baseball players. And what it means is we're a good baseball team. At the end of the day, we know they're gonna find their way back to the big leagues and help us win big baseball games. And it's a tough situation for all of us, mostly them, to go down, regroup, and put themselves in a position to get back to the big leagues. And that was the challenge that I issued them with, and they're going to be fine. But those are always tough moves for us. Let's see, what else is there? We've got a lot of other really good baseball players. I think the entire system is in a good place, and we have a ton of depth, and that's really what we want to set ourselves up for. If something doesn't go right, we are not going to take a step backwards with the talent that we have in the minor leagues. That's about it. What else you guys got?
You got Nelson in the 5th spot. What kind of went into that?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of conversations about it. Felt like Nelly was going to be able to command the baseball, follow a game plan. His stuff had been trending in a very positive direction. I know the first outing, I remember talking to you guys about it. It wasn't great, but from that point forward, I think he's been improving every single outing, and we believe in his ability to execute.
You talked a little bit about outfielder Lewis that made the team. Just what you see in him?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for him was to get him on his feet, get him feeling strong and healthy, and we took our time in a couple situations, but it paid dividends for us. He's in a really good spot. He's had a tremendous spring. He can impact baseball. We were very left-handed dominant, and just getting some extra right-handed bats that have the ability to command the zone, impact the baseball, is extremely valuable for the teams we're going to play early on, the teams we're going to play in our division, and he earned it. He deserved it. And we're excited about the potential that he gives this lineup, especially his ability to impact the baseball against left-handed pitching.
Do you view him as a middle of the lineup guy potentially?
Yeah. It just depends on how I construct the lineup, where it's going to go on that given day. What I explained to him is he's going to get every lefty. I've been constructing some lineups and playing around with it, and we're deep. We're deep. You know, if you're projecting the way I know you can, and you look at some of the names that are possibly down at the bottom of the lineup, we're gonna be a very deep lineup. We're gonna be able to turn that lineup over and score some runs.
Opening day is always kind of a special day.
Mm-hmm.
The lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something when you make out your opening day lineup? Is it kind of a knowing that guys like to be in that opening day lineup, or is it strictly going to be, hey, we have a lefty on the mound, so we're going to go with our lefty line, our left-handed pitching lineup?
Yeah, opening day is special, no doubt about it. Everybody wants to be in it, but I think this team understands that it's 26 deep, and we're going to match up the best way we can on that particular day. So I have a couple challenges, and you know where they are. But I'm going to try to put the best lineup out there that will impact the Dodgers starting pitcher on that given day.
Is that going to be tough to potentially sit one of those, or will you not sit one of those guys 2 days in a row?
Yeah, it could be tough. You're talking about one of the 3 outfielders?
Yeah, or even Rojas. I don't know what you're thinking there.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I haven't really made a final decision, but yeah, I'm going to look at it. I have a lot of information in front of me. I have a lot of conversations that I've already started having in a lot of different areas. So I'll put the best group out there to help score some runs.
How do you feel like the depth that you have this year compares to what you've had to work with in past years?
Yeah, I spoke about it because you're sending out guys like Rivera and Pavin, as we did today. It means you're a good team, and we just want to reload. We don't want to have anything go backwards when we dip into our farm system, and we got some really good young players that will also start to contribute as well. So it's important when you're talking about the length of a season, 162 games plus. You're gonna dip into the system, and you're gonna go 40 plus others, and I know that our guys are balanced and ready to accept the challenges no matter where they start. They're going to find themselves back to the big leagues helping us win games.
With Kyle Lewis's health,
Mm.
Hayes told us this morning it's something you still are going to need to be mindful of
Mhm.
going forward.
Yeah.
How do you kind of see that? Like, is he maybe not going to play the field 2 days in a row? Could he still DH 2 days in a row though? Like, how do you kind of think you're going to navigate that?
Yeah. I don't want to make a big deal of his health because he's in a good spot right now, and that's not who he is. He's a good baseball player, but knowing everything that he's gone through, we're gonna be mindful of it. We back-to-backed him. We played him in left field, and then we followed that up with a DH game just a few days ago because we wanted to see what that looked like, and he felt good. So he's got work to do on his side. We've got work to do on our side, and I'm not into running guys into the ground and hurting them. So we're going to be very mindful of the template that we follow and the beliefs that we have from a medical standpoint, and we're not going to come off of that. And I explained that to him. My job is to whatever that number is, how many games he's going to play, that he's 100% as often as possible. But we're not afraid to put him in there back to back.
Is there anything, you think back to the last time you guys shot a big name pitcher in your bullpen as a starter, anything that you can take from that Archie April or just the overall experience that you think can apply to Dre?
Yeah, we when we were talking about this potential move, Archie's name came up quite a bit. Remember, it was 5 guys, and the one that didn't make it was Archie, and I think it was the right-hander that's in L.A. Shelby, right? So we felt like Archie had a really good year, and he pushed himself into a different place because he excelled as a reliever, and I don't think he started ever since, right? I think he's been a reliever ever since that day. We compared that experience a lot, and we feel like Dre's going to help us out in a lot of areas. He's going to be used as length. I think at the end of the day, he's going to be a starting pitcher. It's just this gave us a chance to have a very strong bullpen, and that's what we were looking for with this decision. But we referenced Archie a lot.
I guess I remember you using Archie in kind of a length role to start the season, three innings at a time maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to try to target that sort of thing for Dre? It's tricky, right? Because you don't want to have to do that, but for him to make sense on the roster for now.
Yeah. I think it'll be my job to find those long outings for him and allow him to stay as stretched out as possible. Very similar to Archie. I think once you get past that point, and we don't know when that day happens, that we're going to probably peel him backwards. But for right now, if there's a short outing, Dre will probably be in the game.
How did Dre respond to starting the year in the bullpen?
Great. He didn't care. His comment was, "I just want to win baseball games, and I'll do whatever it takes." I know he wants to start, and I started after I told him what was going on. I actually tried to jump ahead of him a little bit, and I told him, "I know you want to start, but we're going in a different direction, and I don't want to keep going over it. We're gonna put you in the bullpen. You're gonna help us win games there." And his comment was exactly what I told you. It's awesome. I just want to win. I don't care what it takes.